Good afternoon. Just doing a quick update to let you see what I've been up to. Well, you've seen what I've been up to. I've been taking down lath and plaster, a lot of lath and plaster, and well, mostly taking it down, ripping it out, bagging it up, taking it to the dump. I had film myself going to the dump. But anyway, this is how we're getting on. So here, this is where you come into the house, and coming in here. As far there used to be a wall in front of you, and this had been a wee weird little room. I uncovered the window, which is opaque, so it must have been a toilet. Anyway, that's for the wall. I've left this section of the framing in because this is quite a long span, the whole distance of that. If I was to take that out, that's quite a long span. This used to be a room, and it's no longer a room. You can see the edges where it used to be. And this, of course, used to be the toilet. You can see where it used to be, and where that used to be, and it is no longer, so it opens out as well. Again, this is the only decent window in the house, and it's opaque, so it's no use. So you won't be able to see it or see if it's coming up your driveway, do you? And then the other thing I've done is take down this wall. Well, I'm not taking it down. I've taken out every second post, just to let you see the kind of what we're looking at here. So it fairly opens it out. It fairly opens it out. Much better, bigger room. So next on the agenda is this wall here. Well, I'm not taking the wall out obviously because it's massive. It's load bearing for the actual roof and that itself. So I'll just be taking the plaster and lath after this. So it's more or less boring lath and plaster malarkey. And once I do that in, I shall take down this wall here. Because this is no load bearing, this is able to come out. So we'll take that one down up to there, take all that down, and then you'll see once that's gone, it opens it out even more. And then once this eventually is gone, which is the biggest job in the house to be done, then it opens it out right here. And we shall have a nice big open living room, dining room, kitchen, open plan. Yeah, it's got to be ripping out for a while yet. Because I think eventually I'll just take this lath and plaster, the whole lot. More sweeping up, there's like areas here I've swept up about 7 times. And I'll get swept up another 7 times, 27 times before we're finished. There's still a lot to be done before we start rebuilding. Yeah, good.